Hello guys. Hello God's ladies. Hello God's men. This is God's lady coming to you once again with another video. I come to you today to share with you another inspirational vlog, I guess, or vlog. I'm new to this, so excuse me. I'm going to talk to you today about the power of the beauty within. And you may see me looking down occasionally, and I don't have a viewfinder on this phone, on this camera, excuse me. So you may find me just looking off or trying to make sure I'm in the frame. But I just wanted to come and talk to you today about the power and the beauty within. You may see me looking down. I'm going to be looking at my laptop for some reference. And I just want to let you know that there's so much power when you can realize of who you are and whose you are. That power and the beauty of knowing who you are and whose you are, man, it's awesome. It's an awesome power when you can attain that knowledge and walk in it, be confident in it. You just don't know how powerful that really is. That's a power. And I want to encourage God's ladies and God's men all over this earth to get that power, to attain that power. I'm still striving towards that power, but I have experienced and had the opportunity of tapping into knowing who I belong to, whose child I am, which is God's child, and then walking in the power of knowing that you know who you belong to and whose child you are. So I just want to say that so many of us, I know me myself, I have struggled with low self-esteem, and when you struggle with low self-esteem, you often don't know who you are. You don't know whose you are, and you're not confident. You don't think you look good. You often think you're ugly. I know I walked around a lot of times, and I still struggle with some bouts of self-esteem, low self-esteem here and there, where you don't think you're worthy, or you don't think you're pretty, and you think you're ugly. You think you're too fat. You think you're too small. You think you're too skinny. You think you're too fat. You think you're too dark. You think you're too light. You think your hair is too long, or your hair is too short, it's too curly, it's too straight, what have you. All of us have experience. I don't have muscles. I'm just skinny, or I'm flat chested, or I have too big of a chest. So there are different things that play a part in low self-esteem, why people have low self-esteem. But I do know that I was one of those people that had low self-esteem. And I battled with that, so I didn't know the power that I had. That I didn't know the beauty that I had within. And other people said they could see my beauty, but I could not. I could not see the beauty that they saw. I saw ugly, because that's what I thought. And as a man thinketh, so is he. So I just wanted to come to you today to let you know how beautiful you are. And it's not about the outer appearance, it's about the inner. Once you walk into the fullness of God, once you know who you are in God as God's child, He made us fearfully and wonderfully. He made us fearfully and wonderfully. He did not make no mistake when He made each one of us. He purposely created each one of us uniquely, and for a purpose. He created each one of us for a purpose, and He created us uniquely. He knew exactly what He was doing when He created me, when He made my dark brown skin, when He made my gap between my teeth, when He made my curly hair. He knew exactly what He was doing when He made me. And He knew exactly what He was doing when He made you, with your almond-shaped eyes, or your your hooded eyes, with your long or short eyelashes, with your long or short fingernails. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he did it fearfully, and he did it wonderfully. There was no ugliness in it. So I just want to encourage my sisters and brothers, especially the young ladies. I can relate to them more probably, but young men suffer from low self-esteem as well. So I want to encourage my young ladies and my young men watching this, that you are, and let you know that you are beautiful, because God doesn't make junk, and he don't make nothing ugly. He's not an ugly God. So if he created us in his image, come on now, you're not ugly. But the enemy, that's his job, is to play with our minds, and he'll get in our heads, and he'll use other people to get in our heads, and people's ignorance. Sometimes it ain't even the enemy, it's just people's ignorance, because we don't look a certain way, and because we don't fit a certain image that they're used to, that they'll say that, oh, because you don't look like Beyonce, you're ugly. Well, who are you to say that I'm ugly, or that I'm, who are you to judge me? So we don't we don't bank on what people have to say to us for beauty. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, yes, but that's not what I base on somebody calling me beautiful. I used to base my beauty on how many people or how many boys called me pretty, or say, oh, she's cute, and so that would make me happy, and that would lift my spirits up. No, not anymore. Now that I am a Christian, now that I have given my life to Jesus, and now that I know who God is, because I have a personal relationship with him, and because he has spoken with me and revealed to me who I am in him, and that I'm his child, and that he loves me unconditionally, as I have dwelled in the beauty of the presence of God, and he has communicated to me his love. And now that I've been changed into this whole nother person, it's like that's not what beauty is. Beauty is you loving unconditional, you giving to those who not necessarily money, not necessarily clothes, not necessarily shoes, just giving from your heart, just giving a hug, just giving a hello, just giving a smile, just giving what God has purposed for you to give, just giving to those in need, to those in need. And when you can love like God loves, with an agape love, which means a love that is unconditional, that's beauty. And when that love is sincere, and when that love is honest, and when that love is God's love, that's beauty. That's when you have true beauty. It's not about your outer appearance. It's about your heart. And when your heart is filled with things of love, things of God, things like God, things of purity, things of truth, when your heart is filled with kindness and cheer and joy and peace, and this may sound redundant, but that's beauty. That's the beauty. That's where your true beauty comes from. Your true beauty comes from within. You always see that there can be a very pretty, beautiful person that has, but if they have ugly ways, or if they have ways that are nasty attitude, and ways that are evil, that person, even though they're beautiful on the outside, kind of suddenly looks kind of ugly. They kind of look non-attractive, because that evil, or that negativity that is coming from within changes everything. It distorts that image that they're trying to portray. So it is irrelevant to check how your insides are. We sit up here, and some of us will paint this face on. We put on our makeup, and we put on our lipstick, and we put on our concealer, and we put on our foundation, and we try to look so cute, but on the inside there's so many things that are going on. I did that for years. I painted on the face, I painted on the makeup, I piled on the lipstick, I didn't even know anything about concealer then. I just started learning about concealer, but I just piled on that makeup and that lipstick on, and I thought I was looking cute, and I had a whole bunch going on. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know whose I was. I didn't know what was going on. All I know is that I was looking. And I was searching for something to fulfill me. And I was looking for it in all the wrong places. And I was looking for it in all the wrong places because simply I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't think I was worthy of anything. There were things that I went through in my childhood that kind of just helped, assisted in that low self-esteem as well. And so I didn't think, I was worthy, or that even God had a purpose for me. And I don't know, it just went wrong for a while in my younger teenage, I say my later 18 to about 25, about 18 to 22, 23. It was just a very rough time. I was searching, and I knew I needed something to fulfill me, but I didn't know about the power. I didn't have any power. I didn't have that power of knowing who you are and knowing whose you are, and learning how to love yourself and accepting yourself for who you are and who God made you to be. And so I just wanted to come on today, and I really didn't stick to what I planned to stick to, but I just really came on today to let you know you're beautiful. Get to know, tap into who you are and whose you are by spending time in prayer. Prayer is, it sounds tedious, but prayer is worshiping God, spending time with God, spending time in His presence, is talking to God. You don't necessarily, some people pray only when they want something from God, and that's not when you always want to pray. Prayer builds a relationship with God, but you don't always want to come to somebody, asking them for something. Who wants to be in a relationship with somebody who always comes asking them for something? So you want to always come in prayer sincere, come to prayer real, transparent, and come to prayer worshiping and praising God. And then just, God already knows what you're thinking, and He already knows what your problems are. He already knows what you're coming to Him about. So hey, you might as well be real about it anyways. But spend time in prayer. And as you begin to spend time in prayer, you begin talking to God. He will begin talking back to you. And He will talk to you just like I'm talking to you. He speaks to people in different ways, but yes, He does talk. And He does speak to you in the spirit, of course. And you will begin to find out all that God has for you. He will begin to release to you and reveal to you your purpose. He will begin to let you know how beautiful you are, and He knows exactly what we need. And God had told me one time to look in the mirror. I'm sorry, I keep looking up, but He told me to look in the mirror every day and tell myself how beautiful I am. And that was hard at first, but the more I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I would just stare in the mirror at myself, and He was like, "Look at your eyes, they're brown." And I'm like, I want some, I wanted some contacts, but He was like, "Look at your beautiful brown eyes. Look at your lips, how I made them. Look at your full lips, I made them full. But just because they're not thin, just because your lips are thin, doesn't mean that they're not beautiful now. But I'm telling you what God told me." And He would say, "Look at your cheekbones, and look at this, and look at that. I made that. I created that. And that's beautiful. You are a beautiful young lady." And God would speak to me like that when I didn't have nobody else to tell me how beautiful I was. God was there telling me how beautiful I was. And He just loved me like a father, loves his daughter. He would just loving on me and encouraging me and letting me know how beautiful I was every time I would spend time in prayer with him. So I serve an awesome God. We serve an awesome God. If I have some fellow sisters and brothers watching this video, God is so awesome. He is a gentleman. The Holy Spirit is a gentleman. Of course, we come to him by choice. If you don't know God, taste and see that he is good, for he is good. He is real. He is alive today. He was alive yesterday, and he is alive forevermore. He is omniscient. He is omnipotent. He is an awesome God. He's an awesome Father. And I love him with all my heart. And I just beg you, if you haven't gotten to know him, it's very simple to get to know him. Just ask for God to come into your heart. Accept his son, Jesus Christ, as your Savior. Accept that he died on the cross for me and you. And he rose up on the third day and to live with his Father in heaven forever. And he still reigns. He's still alive. He's not dead. And he lives inside. Once you do that and you accept the Spirit of God, you're on your way. You're on your way to an awesome, 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 awesome journey. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you about it. But it's an awesome journey. It's an awesome journey you're going to take, because that journey is going to lead you to your destiny, and that journey is going to lead you to your purpose. But I didn't come on here to preach. I just came on here to just let you know, God's lady and God's men, that you are beautiful to God. You are beautiful. You are wonderfully and fearfully made, and that there's power in knowing who you are and whose you are. So don't be discouraged, and don't let low self-esteem beat you down. Continue to hold your head up high. Just because you don't look like everybody else, God didn't create you to look like everybody else. He created you to be you. He created you to look like you. He didn't create God's lady to look like God's genie, or he didn't create me to look like every other person. I mean, if he wanted me to be a twin, he would have gave me a twin. So he created us uniquely and for his purpose. And if you want to know what that purpose is, then you seek his face, you spend time in his word, you fast and you pray, and he will reveal to you what it is that he will like to use you for. What is your destiny? What is your purpose? He will reveal that information to you. But please keep your heads held up high. Love on yourself. Love you for who you are and for who God made you to be. God does not make mistakes. He knew what he was doing when he made that gap between your teeth, when he made that bump in your nose. It's beauty in that, because God did it. God created you. So just keep on keeping on. Be encouraged. Know that you are beautiful. Just because you're not Beyonce or Kelly Rowland or whomever the world says is beautiful, that's who the world says is beautiful. But look in the mirror and know that, hey, yeah, Kelly might have it going on, Beyonce might have it going on, but guess what? I got it going on too. But my beauty is from within. When you have a true beauty that radiates within, when you have a beauty that radiates from within, then it's true. This right here on the outside is artificial. But this right here within, not everybody has the beauty within. Not everybody has that. There's people that dream of having that. There's people that are miserable and want to have that peace within. So when you can walk in confidence knowing that God made you fearfully, wonderfully, beautifully, you got it going on. And most important of all, you know exactly who you are, whose you are, and there's power in that. You got a great power in that. So be encouraged, and I hope you stop by again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.